2014 Today entrepreneur Clay Clark is here with the 4 things to think about before starting a business in the new year. This seems like a big feat for some people, probably very overwhelming, but it can be done.
Yes. I started my first business in my college dorm room at Oral Roberts University.
Oh, wow.
And I was eating the 96-cent chicken paninis back before inflation. They were 96 cents. And so if I can do it, I know anybody can do it. Yeah.
Wow, that's intimidating. You were in college when you started your first business?
Yeah, I was trying to pay my way through Oral Roberts University, and so I started these dances called episodes. We'd host them at the Marriott where it was very hot, and we would charge $5 per person to attend these dances. And I figured if I could get about 10,000 people a year to come to different events of some kind, I could pay my way through college. That was kind of my plan.
Wow, I'm so impressed. And then it was just all downhill from there, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, people started saying, I'm getting married, could you DJ that too? And then people said, could you do this and that? And pretty soon I started hiring more DJs and grew it to where we did almost 4,000 weddings a year before we sold it back in 2007.
Oh my gosh. So what are your tips for somebody who maybe wants to get on a similar path?
Yeah, well, I think there's 4 things that every entrepreneur needs to do and can do. One is you need to figure out where you want to go specifically. So as an example, for me, I wanted to go from poor to not poor. I figured if I wasn't poor, that would probably be the best place to go.
Yes.
And so you want to figure out, okay, well, what are my goals, though? Because your business should just be a vehicle. It shouldn't be a destination.
Okay.
And that way, you're not emotionally attached to the business if you want to sell it or grow it, or you just want to figure out what your goals are. The second is you want to figure out, well, what is the right business vehicle for my goals? So if you're thinking today, it's kind of the new year, it's time to sit down and maybe ponder this weekend, but, do you want to start a bakery? Do you want to start a photography business? Do you want to be a realtor? What kind of service will you render in exchange for those goals?
Okay. And then where do you go from there? Does anything stick out in your mind that you wish somebody would have told you whenever you started your journey?
Well, you can learn from mentors or mistakes. That's your A or B option.
Very true.
So my recommendation is that I'm just a voracious reader, and my recommendation is that you would spend time studying successful people and asking yourself, what did they do to get from point A to point B? And there's a magical book called Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill. I named my son after the author. It's called, his name's Aubrey Napoleon Hill Clark. And if anyone will read that book, I promise you it'll absolutely change the way that you think, and it'll let you know that success isn't for smart people. I took algebra 3 times and barely got into college, and Henry Ford didn't go to college, and Steve Jobs didn't graduate, and Mark Zuckerberg didn't graduate. So it's not for smart people, it's for people that know their goals and know specifically what service they want to offer in exchange for that compensation.
And are motivated and passionate, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I think the 4th tip I'd give everybody is that it's really, really important that you find a mentor. You need to find somebody who's been there before, and I kind of liken it to like if we were going to go, let's say, hiking. If somebody knows where they're going and they've been there before, kind of our tour guide, it makes sense to follow them. Now, if I want to take you hiking, do not follow me. I'll probably get you killed. I don't go outside very often. But it's really important that you find somebody who's been there before. And so one of my mentors was the guy who helped launch the Stairmaster, named Clifton Tolbert. He's a best-selling author. And it seemed like he always knew where to go, who to talk to, how to get capital, how to promote my ideas, what I needed to do to really take my idea and turn it into reality.
Clay, thank you so much. Now, he can be your mentor, too, if you need help. Now, for more ways to find your New Year's resolutions and make them stick, visit our website at greatdaygreencountry.com.